Good evening. On behalf of St. Joseph Hospital and Financial Management Group and Barley, Snyder, Cooper and Barber and Crown Life, I'd like to welcome you to what we hope will be a very informative, hopefully entertaining as well, and useful information seminar this evening. There's quite a few people that have worked very hard in putting this together, and I'd like to give you at least a brief rundown of who those people are. We will have a number of speakers which will be introduced one at a time, and then we'll have some time afterward to go around and look at some of the things that Financial Management Group does, some of the people that head the various divisions. You have been given one of the seminar handouts. I'm just going to introduce the names of the people. Scott Robertson, who is the seminar coordinator for Financial Management Group. He's also the Senior Vice President of FMG Advisory, which is our registered investment advisor, is here this evening. Stanley Caterbone is the Executive Vice President of Financial Management Group, and he's also President of FMG Advisory. The two of them are responsible for coordinating the full seminar. Robert Kauffman is the President of Financial Management Group, and he will give you a brief discussion on what the group is and how it came to be and what we do. George Werner is legal counsel. He works with the firm that represents the hospital, Barley, Snyder, Cooper and Barber. Phil Gazzo is the regional manager for Crown Life and will be giving a presentation tonight on one of the programs that are available. Kenneth Ray is portfolio manager for Financial Management Group, and he is also founder of ISIS, which is Investor Service Intelligence Systems, and handles a lot of the computer aspect of investment advisory. Bob Long is Vice President in charge of our accounting division and our tax specialist. My name is Alan Loss. I'm a certified financial planner. I'm also Vice President of Financial Management Group, and I'm a director of the financial planning aspect of the organization. Todd Dellinger is a case writer for our group. Andrew Wessler is in charge of does case writing, is also director of case writing, and Lisa Johnson is director of our computer operations. At this time, Bob Kauffman, President of Financial Management Group.
Thank you, Alan. I just want to take a few minutes tonight to talk a little bit about Financial Management Group itself and give you a little bit of an overview. This is a purely educational meeting, and we don't want to spend a lot of time on that, but some of you might have nagging questions about whom is presenting this to you as you go through the material, and so I thought I'd give you an overview. If I have to leave in the middle of my 5 or 6, 7 minutes here, it's because my wife is 9.5 months pregnant on what should be a 9-month timetable, but I'm sure there'll be somebody here that can help me out. Financial Management Group was formed roughly 1 year ago with the concept of being a one-stop financial planning center where we would handle every financial need with specialists under one roof. And it was created mostly out of a market study that was done where we had asked a number of influential people in the community what their biggest problems were in the financial area. And they told us there were essentially two things. One was they didn't have the time to manage their money properly, to supervise all the different people that were giving them advice. The second was that there was no organization or coordination to their affairs because too many people were involved in them. We took that information and we looked at the various possibilities of how we might deal with that and decided that the marketplace was ready for a team approach where we would have the information and research under one roof, have the specialist housed the same place for ease of information, and we have gone to the public with that idea. In less than a year, we currently have 24 people on staff here in Lancaster. We have offices in 600 communities here in Pennsylvania, We have offices in several surrounding states, and needless to say, we feel like the marketplace has been very receptive to our view of the business. Financial planning is our business. We're in the business of providing financial services in all the areas where people invest or handle money, but the process that we use is to sit down with people, find out what their needs are, and only address the needs that exist and do it in an objective way. Probably the hallmark of our business, as I see it, is that of being creative people, people of vision. I just want to take a minute and relate what I think to be the best story I've heard lately on vision. It was in a book that I read called Grinding It Out, The Making of McDonald's by Ray Kroc. In that book, it centered early in the book about a person named Harry Sordenbaum, and Harry was the accounting arm of McDonald's back when there was just one McDonald's. And Harry helped build that company to the point where there was 28 locations. And along came a recession, very similar to what we're going along today. Back in the early 60s, I believe it was 1964. And Harry started spending all his time with bankers, lunch and dinner, etc., and they kept telling him, Harry, it's time to pull in. Don't open any more stores. Just do what you do a little bit better, make some profits. And Harry believed them. And he went to his visionary leader, Ray Kroc, and he said, Ray, we got to stop. We got to pull in. We got to do what we're doing better. I'm convinced that we're on the road to disaster if we keep opening shops in this economy. And Ray's reply was, hell's bells, Harry. When things are tough, that's when you pump money into the economy. And when things turn, people will remember you. Well, Harry Sordenbaum did not believe his visionary leader, cashed in all his stock for $10 million and retired to South Alabama, which is not bad for 10 years' work. If he had listened to Ray Kroc and held his stock just 30 more months, it would have been worth $120 million. Now, I know what some of you are saying. You're saying, well, money can't buy happiness. And that's true. Money can't buy happiness. There's a person here in Lancaster I know that's worth about $10 million. There's a person in Atlanta I know that's worth about $9 million. And the person here in Lancaster isn't a bit happier than the one in Atlanta. So obviously money can't buy happiness. Another saying I like concerning money is that money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure does keep the kids in touch. And I'm sure some of you can relate to that. Because it's spring, I'd like to just tell one more story. It's a story of three umpires. It also has to do with vision. The first umpire, who was a pretty smart fellow, said, some of them are balls and some of them are strikes, but I call them the way I see them. The second umpire says, some of them are balls and some of them are strikes, but I call them the way they are. The third one, who was the smartest of the three, said, some of them are balls and some of them are strikes, but they aren't anything until I call them. So I hope that when you're done with the informational part of this meeting and that you'll choose to do something with this information that will make your business better or your personal life better, that something will help you have more money someday, and I hope that you'll choose to call them with us, Financial Management Group. Thank you.